James Dorsey is a senior fellow at the Rajaratnam School of International Studies. He joins us live now from Singapore. James, thank you for joining us. What is the likelihood that this can be resolved quickly?
I don't see, frankly, a possibility for it being resolved anytime soon. Keep in mind that the Emir of Qatar last week traveled to Kuwait in a bid to try and avert the crisis, and the Kuwaitis were not able to do so. The Saudis and the Emiratis seem to see an opportunity in which they can really force their hand with Qatar. If there is a chance for mediation, then I would think that that would have to come from the United States rather than a regional power.
What's led up to this, in your view?
I think it's been long building up. First of all, Qatar's relationships with Iran are defined by the fact that it shares the world's largest gas field with Iran, and it essentially is sandwiched between two major regional powers, Saudi Arabia and Iran, both of which it sees as potential threats. In addition to that, Qatar has had a strategic relationship, actually since its founding, with the Muslim Brotherhood, and therefore is inclined to support Islamist groups. The accusation of Qatar supporting militants is in many ways the pot accusing the kettle, since the same can be said of Saudi Arabia.
And exactly on what basis are the Saudis and others accusing Qatar of funding terrorism?
Well, there are several factors. First of all, it's a question of how do you define terrorism? So the Saudis define the Muslim Brotherhood, for example, and other non-violent Islamist groups as terrorists, which Qatar does not. The Saudis also define Hamas, the Palestinian movement, as a terrorist organization, which Qatar does not. One of the things that really fueled anger in recent weeks or months was the fact that Qatar paid a significant amount in ransom to both Iranian officials as well as militant groups to get the freedom for 26 members of the ruling family who had been kidnapped in Iraq.
In terms of mediation, we know that the Kuwaitis are looking to step in here, but what about the United States? I mean, can they be an honest broker in ending this?
Well, I think the point here is that of all the parties that are offering to mediate, the only one that has true leverage on both sides of the divide is the United States. So, with other words, Qatar, United Arab Emirates, and Saudi Arabia, the key players here, are all very close U.S. allies. And the United States, of course, has a U.S. military base in Qatar. So the United States has the assets to try and bridge the gap and find a face-saving formula for all parties. The problem being that although there have been no clearly defined objectives on the part of the Saudis and the Emiratis towards Qatar, we do know more or less what they want, and those are very humiliating conditions. So there's going to have to be something that is a compromise, and I don't see anybody but the United States being able to assert the leverage to achieve that.
And of course, hopefully that is soon. James Dorsey, thank you for putting that into context for us.